athletes, biggest number of all the wrong things, unemployment, kids that are dropping out of school and they wander on the street and they commit crime. They are all within this eThekwini district. So we need to identify what the problem is and how then do we fix it going forward. Our perpetrators, Premier, we felt we must put this light so that we can identify what is our problem, because we need to analyze what is the problem. The problem we have, you forgive me on this, but this is not me talking, these are the stats. We have a problem with the black man in South Africa.
Welcome to our channel. Today, we delve into a pressing issue affecting nations across Africa, with a particular focus on Zimbabwe, corruption. Join us as we explore the roots, impact, and potential solutions to this pervasive problem. Corruption is the abuse of power for personal gain. It can take various forms, such as bribery, embezzlement, and favoritism, undermining public trust in institutions. In Zimbabwe and many other African nations, corruption poses significant barriers to development and governance. Since gaining independence in 1980, Zimbabwe has faced numerous challenges, many rooted in systemic corruption. Leadership under Robert Mugabe was marked by political patronage, leading to mismanagement of resources and economic decline. Today, the struggle continues as citizens demand accountability from their leaders. Corruption significantly affects daily life. It diverts resources from essential services like healthcare and education, exacerbating poverty. In Zimbabwe, as in many African nations, citizens often resort to protests to demand action against corrupt practices, but these voices are often met with repression. While Zimbabwe's situation is critical, it is not unique. Throughout Africa, countries grapple with corruption's detrimental effects on governance and development. International businesses, too, can play a role by demanding transparency and accountability in their dealings. Addressing corruption requires a multifaceted approach, strengthening institutions, promoting transparency, and engaging civil society. Grassroots movements and international partnerships can drive reforms that restore public trust and foster a brighter future. Zimbabwe has faced numerous corruption scandals over the years, particularly exacerbated by political instability, economic challenges, and weak governance structures. Here are some notable corruption scandals. Marange Diamond Field Scandal, 2006 onwards. The discovery of diamonds in the Marange fields led to massive corruption and human rights abuses. The Zimbabwean military and politicians allegedly engaged in illicit dealings, resulting in billions of dollars not being accounted for. Reports indicated that diamond revenues were misappropriated, with little benefit to the nation's economy. ZANU-PF and indigenization policy. 2010's The indigenization policy aimed to transfer ownership of foreign companies to Zimbabweans. However, it was marred by corruption, favoritism, and political patronage. Elite politicians and their allies misused the policy for personal gain, while ordinary citizens saw minimal benefits. The $1.5 billion missing funds. 2017 investigations revealed that Zimbabwe's state-owned companies had unaccounted funds amounting to around $1.5 billion, largely related to the Zimbabwe Mining Development Corporation, ZMDC, and its diamond operations. This raised concerns about accountability and transparency in the government. Billion-dollar corruption in state procurement. Corruption in state procurement processes has been rampant, with numerous officials implicated in inflating prices for goods and services. High-profile cases include deals in the health sector, where inflated prices for medical supplies and equipment have been uncovered. Allegations against former President Robert Mugabe. During and after his presidency, there were numerous allegations against Mugabe and his government for widespread corruption, including the misuse of state funds and assets. Reports suggested that Mugabe's family and close associates benefited from corrupt practices. Audit reports and mismanagement. 2018 The Office of the Auditor General reported widespread mismanagement and corruption in various state entities. These audits highlighted discrepancies in financial reports and failure to follow procurement regulations. COVID-19 fund mismanagement. 2020 During the COVID-19 pandemic, allegations surfaced regarding the misuse of funds meant for pandemic response. Reports indicated that procurement for personal protective equipment, PPE, was marked by inflated prices, leading to public outcry and investigations. Corruption among politicians and officials. Numerous politicians, including current and former ministers, have faced accusations of corruption. This includes illicit land deals, bribery, and misuse of public funds. Regular anti-corruption campaigns have been implemented but often criticized as politically motivated. Ongoing corruption investigations. As of more recent years, investigations into ongoing corruption cases continue, particularly targeting high-ranking officials and civil servants, but outcomes have often been disappointing due to political interference. The pervasive culture of corruption in Zimbabwe is seen by many as a significant barrier to national development and economic recovery. Efforts to combat corruption face challenges, including weak legal frameworks, lack of political will, and the need for strong institutional reforms.